horses present a lot of great opportunity for packing heavier gear. Each person, Tatum, Emilé, and myself, planned a different dinner that we want to share with the group. It'll be a fun way to bring a bit of ourselves to the team for those dinners around the campfire. All right, so tell us about it. What's going on here?
It's a good old steak and potatoes. I love simple cooking. This is how I grew up. There's just nothing more special than having a good meal after a good day of hard-earned work. Mm-hmm. Right, Franco?
That's right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed our conversation today, Emilé, about group dynamics and communication, and that it's good to disagree and have different opinions, because that means everyone's actually thinking and contributing to the group. And if someone disagrees with you, it doesn't mean like you're wrong or they're wrong. It just if everybody agrees, somebody isn't thinking.
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, I just noticed that the decision-making piece is just more considerate of a lot of other factors in a way that I don't always find takes place in sort of male-dominant situations. And so I appreciated the Scout and just getting to, sort of bounce ideas off of each other and take a different approach. I think those two things blend so beautifully in terms of just like the slower pace of this and the consideration of like how much time it's going to take the horse and how much we're thinking about, like, have they rested enough? Have we rested enough? Are we nourished enough? Are they nourished enough? It's just really thoughtful and intentional, and I'm just really enjoying that piece.
Absolutely. That was so beautifully said. Well, I was just kind of saying earlier, like, I've really only ever been out with the guys.
Right.
So when you asked me to come on this trip, to be totally honest, I had my hesitations, just like, you know me, like I'm just pretty direct, and sometimes I feel like that can come across wrong and maybe a little too brass, and I think that's just from being around guys. Like, you really have to like stand tall and have your voice, and just working in the mountains with guys for the last decade, it's been awesome. Like, I've had such good mentors and in that space, but it's really cool and different for me to be out here with you girls, and you learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got to have this meal and pack this out here and like get back to the core of it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. And then,
I grew up doing a lot of hard work. Like, we raised livestock, and didn't matter what your gender was, like, you just do the work that needs to be done. And so I feel lucky to have been raised with that, so that I don't have preconceived notions of like what I should or shouldn't do just simply based on gender. When you grow up in that scenario, like, there's no time for the bullshit. And so just knowing that that's part of who I am and what's in my blood is like, you got to chip in when you live so far out of town. You count on your neighbors, it's one of the sayings my dad says, you don't have to like your neighbors, but you better respect them, because at some point you're going to need their help. It's guaranteed you're going to need your help.
I love that.
It's so good. And I try and channel that in day-to-day life.
What you two just said was like honestly
Perfect.
so beautiful, and I'm just soaking it up. Like, I really appreciate you sharing, and I think it is so really cool and neat for me to be out with women. Like, this is the kind of conversation that I just don't regularly have, and I so appreciate it, and just interesting to hear different perspectives, so thank you.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that, we have work to do here, and there's a lot more work to do around the world.
Okay.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. So special being out here.
thanks for dinner.